Hello, I'm Harry FleuTV. Remember, you don't have to. And this is part 2 of the Seer reaction, and this is episode 2 of Nostalgia Reaction. Now, if you're new to Nostalgia Reaction, it's a new series where I react to something I watched back when I was back in my early days, basically. So stuff like Potter Puppet Pals, the Duck Song, but this time I'm going to be reacting to the Seer episode 1 through 8. So this is part 2 to my first Nostalgia reaction. So if you enjoy the series, please leave a like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment, if Copper allows you to. And let's begin. The original link's in the description.
Masky, I can't do this. I can't believe me.
Oh, damn it.
I'm just a college student. I barely even know how to defend myself in general, let alone from this kind of nightmare stuff. Christ!
Just so you know, this is a creepypasta reaction video, so this video is not for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. This video may contain swearing, and maybe some graphic talk as well. So if you're under 13 plus, please leave. And let's get on with the reaction. Yes, my videos are for all audiences, but this video, if there's any kids watching this video, please leave, because there will be some talk of threatening and quite graphic violence, and there will be some swearing. So, yep, if you're under 13, please leave.
She was going to mutilate me.
I know. All too well, in fact. And I'm really so very sorry. I understand firsthand just how terrifying it is to get pulled into this horrifying world out of the blue. To lose everything and everyone you had taken for granted in the blink of an eye, with no say in the matter. But it'll be okay. Things aren't going to be like this forever.
I always found it funny how Corbin reacts when she first meets the creepypasta, and they tell her to, that you've got to be a Seer, because, she doesn't want to be the Seer, but, yeah, I think any creepypasta fangirl would be pleased that they've got to save the creepypastas of the humans, and that they get to meet the creepypasta.
You'll get stronger. You'll learn to cope. And eventually, you'll be able to rebuild.
Even when I was younger.
In the meantime, at least you'll have us to help you through it.
Thanks, Masky. I'm sorry about that. You hardly even know.
By the way, tell me your thoughts in the comments. Are you a Jeff X Corbin shipper or a Masky X Corbin shipper? I'm really interested to know. Because growing up, I kind of shipped Jeff with Corbin. And I guess this is when I thought Masky was a girl. So, because I didn't think Corbin was a lesbian. And I don't think she is. So, yeah, growing up, I always shipped Jeff with Corbin. And tell me your thoughts in the comments. Are you a Masky X Corbin shipper or Jeff X Corbin?
Me, you've been a really good friend. I honestly don't think I'd be able to do this without any kind of help. Don't listen to Jeff. That knife-wielding moron has no clue how lucky he is to have a friend like you, despite how he treats you. To be honest, I don't think he deserves it.
Thank you, Miss Seer. Your words are very kind, but I do not deserve them. I have not been a good friend to you. A true friend would not have played a part in pulling you into this mess in the first place. True, I was only acting upon orders, but does not excuse it. In truth, I'm just as bad as Jeff, if not worse.
Pardon my intrusion, but is this the best time to be having this whole conversation? You know, with me still being here and all? You didn't seriously think that pathetic little kick was enough to take me out, did you? That's just precious. But I will agree with you on one point. You are a pretty awful friend. I mean, telling her it'll be okay like that was a blatant lie. I mean, how do you plan on keeping her safe when you're dead?
What have we here? I look away for all but a minute. And you guys are floundering around me. What am I gonna do with you crazy kids? Well, I see you put a great effort into flailing around, but it looks like all you've managed to do so far is piss it off. Why not try to make yourself somewhat useful in Slender Walker back home?
Hold on. You saw all of that? Just how long have you been standing there?
Oh, believe me, I would love to be able to. However, since you chose not to lend us any sort of assistance, I was forced to recklessly use up my charge. Do you have any idea just how long it will take to recharge enough to be able to transport 2 people that kind of distance?
Oh, what's the big deal? It was really fun to watch. Plus, the thing had a point. You don't really need all of your limbs just to be a seer. Technically, you just need your eyes. And chill out, Cream Puff. How is it my fault you still haven't gotten enough control over your abilities to use them more than once or twice an hour? It's just sad.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You are quite literally the biggest dig I have ever encountered in my entire life.
Yeesh, again with the nagging. It's never ending with you. Are all women this bloody high
Do not turn your back on me. Geez, I'm not even on the poor girl's side and I agree with her. You, sir, are an ass. I'd gladly kill you even if I wasn't acting under orders. I would be doing both the Under and Overrealms a huge favor.
You just made a huge mistake.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Eat this, bitch.
Not today, kiddo.
Just how the hell were you able to block that with one goddamn arm?
Oh dear, you must have mistaken me with a pathetic human. How sad. You see, unlike you pathetic little creatures, the temporary loss of one of my limbs is hardly enough to be considered any real handicap.
So I underestimated you a bit. Big deal.
It's not handicap, it's disability.
Missing limb may not slow you down too much, but all I gotta do is take off another one and you'll be out of commission for good. What the?
Oh, my dear. You seem to be in a bit over your head.
Interesting. You have no idea just how long it's been since I've had a real fight.
Oh, could he be referring to Jane or Randy and the 2 bully cronies?
This is going to be fun.
Stupid human. You stand there scoffing while you slowly bleed to death. You are a fool for even thinking to face me with nothing but a few pathetic kitchen knives.
We'll see about that.
Really? This again?
Made you look.
Ooh, why didn't the...
See? Told ya. What the...
You clearly don't have a grasp on the situation. My name is Scarecrow. You don't honestly expect me to bleed to death, do you?
Ah, shit.
How about you just hand the girl over before this gets ugly?
Ugly? You shut your fucking mouth, I'll show you ugly. Huh? This'll do the trick.
What are you doing? Stay away from me.
I finally get it, Miss Scarecrow. You won't bleed to death. Oh no, you're all straw and stuffing. However, if I'm not mistaken, scarecrows aren't too fond of fire.
No, please. I never wanted to take the girl. I swear to you, I had no choice. I was sent against my will.
Wait, you don't mean to tell me that Zalgo somehow tricked you into doing his bidding, do you?
Yes. That's precisely the case. In my youth, I stupidly made an egregious error and found myself locked into a life of slavery to that fiend. I've been trapped and miserable for the past decade.
Nah, fuck. Well, if that's the case... Shit, fuck, out of luck. Shit, choose your friends better.
Oh God, please no.
Oh wow.
Need a light?
Hello again, everyone. So sorry about the long wait on this episode. Unfortunately, as those of you who are actively reading the comic know, we're nearly caught up to all the pages. Fortunately, the comic is still ongoing, so as soon as there are enough new pages out, we'll jump right into making episode 6. Thank you again for all the support. It really wouldn't be possible without you.
Hey, boys and girls, it's me, your favorite monochrome killer clown, Laughing Jack. What am I doing this Seer, might you ask? Well, this series is just terribly boring. I mean, just listen to this pathetic outro here.
Oh.
Where's the passion? Where's the gore? Where's the strippers? I mean, come on.
Oh, Laughing Jack.
These outros are just pathetic. This series needed a serious overhaul. I mean, just look at this chick over here. Miss Karen Bouncy Birdie or something. I mean, seriously.
Hey!
What is it? Jeez, you don't have to be so rude.
What do you think
Hypocrite.
you're doing?
I'm doing the outro. What does it look like I'm doing? Jeez, for a chick called the Seer, you're really not very perceptive.
That's not what I... You're not even in this comic. Go away.
But
No buts. Go be in your own comic.
But I don't have my own comic.
I know I'm going to regret this. But fine. You can be in the Seer. But you had better not start shit. So help me if you start.
Oh, I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
Calm down,
I mean, this comic really
If the Seer did continue, I would have loved to have seen Laughing Jack.
needed some color. Well, not color. I mean, what's the word? Oh, well. Oh, this is going to be great. Me and the Seer, the star of the show. Yeah. You know, this is really going to get popular now. We got a big name like Laughing Jack in here.
I've made a huge mistake. Jeff, wait a moment.
Miss Corbin, please don't get involved. It is a very bad idea to interfere with him when he gets like this.
I appreciate the concern, I really do, but I can't just sit by and watch this happen. Everyone hold on. Just what is going on here? What in the world are you talking about, Scarecrow? If this is just another lie, you will regret it.
You stay out of this, Freckles. I get that you're new to this and all, but you need to get with the program. She's just trying to save her own hide now.
What's the music? What's the music in this cold?
Believe me, when people are about to die, they'll say or suck just about anything if they think it'll get them out of it.
Ew.
What the hell do you even care?
Although actually that is true, because, like, even growing up, I still didn't believe that Scarecrow had turned good. I believe, like, nobody can turn good as quickly, in fact. So I always believed that Scarecrow was lying.
You wanted to chop your limbs off, remember?
I don't know. I just think that if her life is on the line, she should at least be able to speak. Listen, I know I'm new to this, but that's just what feels right. I know you don't care. In fact, I'm positive you'd be happy to kill her, innocent or not. But I can't work that way. So, Scarecrow, mind elaborating? Now's your chance. Speak up, or I'm gonna let him do it.
Corbin, I said stay out of this. I don't take orders from...
Is it really going to kill you just to let her speak? Good God. If I still think she's lying afterward, then you can light her up. Deal?
Thank you, Miss Seer. You truly are a...
Save it. I still haven't made up my mind.
I see. Well, in that case, perhaps I should start from the very beginning. I first began life as an average scarecrow on a small family farm. The kind old farmer put me together with the help of his young son. His son, he visited me every day. Despite my inanimate nature, he considered me to be his dearest friend. He shared everything with me. As the years passed, we became inseparable. I truly loved him, but things didn't last. He grew up before my eyes, growing more distant, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. And to make matters worse, while
So like Isaac Grossman, basically. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I stood alone in the cornfield, rotting and forgotten, he began paying more and more attention to this human girl. I'd never felt such anguish before. I was overcome and totally vulnerable. Then, to my elation, one harvest day he stumbled across me. He told me all about his life, just like he used to. He mentioned a girlfriend who would be coming over for a visit that night, and how he was really serious about her. Before leaving, he apologized for his absence. He said that it was only because he had been too busy lately. Too busy. He had all the time in the world for this little tart, but for his oldest and dearest friend, he was just too busy. At that moment, something changed inside of me. I became completely consumed by a hatred I had never felt before. It all makes perfect sense to me now, of course. The timing was beyond that of a coincidence. All of it, from the very beginning. It was all just a setup for his sick plan.
Well, you scarecrow. You're in quite the quandary now, aren't you?
Who are you? Just now, I spoke. But how?
You can think of me as a friend. And regarding your newfound ability to speak, consider it a small gift. Say, little one, I couldn't help but notice the nasty predicament you found yourself in.
So, you saw him? The farm boy? The one I'm losing?
You mean the one being stolen from you? The treachery of that filthy she-human has not been lost on me.
Exactly. Just what in the world does that wench have to offer that
Oh.
I don't?
There is the teensy tiny fact that, well, she can move. But fret not, little one. I can help you with that if you'd like. All I ask in return is but a tiny favor.
You could do that?
Of course! To a being as powerful as I, that is but child's play.
Really? But if you're so incredibly powerful, what could I possibly do for you?
Yes. The thing is, while I truly am the single most powerful entity in the Underrealm, my abilities are somewhat limited in the Overrealm, so I occasionally require assistance from time to time. But by all means, don't be intimidated. What I need your help with is incredibly simple. The human girl. I want her soul.
Her soul? But how would I even go about getting that?
It's simple. Just use this.
A scythe? I don't understand. How is a mere farming tool supposed to help?
Oh, but this isn't just a normal tool. You see, I put a powerful enchantment on it. The moment the blade pierces her flesh, her soul will be absorbed completely. Upon extraction, you have precisely 1 hour to return it to me before the enchantment wears off and her soul is released. Mind you, this spell only works once, so you cannot afford any errors. Should you succeed, you'll forever be able to move. But should you fail, I'm afraid you'll go right back to your current state. Unfortunate, really. But then, nothing comes free in life. So what say you, dearie? Have we an agreement?
So, if I do this, it'll be like I'm truly alive? But I can't help but wonder, what will the boy think of me?
Oh, you'll be as alive as a little scarecrow could ever wish to be. And as for the boy, well, I think it's safe to say he'll be nothing less than speechless. No doubt he'll come running back to you.
That's the only thing I have ever desired. Okay, I'll do it.
Marvelous! I knew you were a smart girl. Now then, this will probably hurt quite a lot.
It actually worked.
Of course it worked. I am nothing if not a man of my word. I assure you, I take my deals very seriously. Now, Missy, it's time for you to fulfill your part of the bargain.
Right, of course. A deal's a deal. The boy had said the girl would be visiting the farm that evening. So really, all I had to do was wait for night to fall. I'll admit that several times over the wait, I nearly lost my nerve. But the thought of the imminent threat of her taking him away for good strengthened my resolve. By the time I heard the rustling of the corn stalks, my determination was stronger than my reservations. And when she ran so carelessly into the clearing, I made my move before she could register what was happening. And disgusted as I am to admit it, the look in her eyes, the sheer terror, exhilarated me.
Wow.
But the feeling did not last. As I made my way back to return the blade, I began to feel what I now know are the human emotions of regret and remorse. Lord Zauga was quite pleased by my efforts, of course. And just like he promised, my ability to move was made permanent, and he bid me well on my way. But I was still new to life, and so terribly naive. I knew very little of how the world worked, so I had no idea what was to be expected. So I did the only thing that seemed logical at the time. I returned to my old stake to wait for the boy to arrive. But he was already there. He was sobbing beneath the girl's corpse. Seeing this, I immediately tried to comfort him. "Please don't cry. Now you don't have to be so busy anymore." To my dismay, he did not react the way I had imagined. I'm Scarecrow McCornstalk. Behind me is a very poor, unfortunate orphan. This is Jeffrey. He's 23 years old, and life is very...
Oh god. I remember the outro.
very hard for him. He has struggled to survive despite murdering everyone around him for the past decade. I can assure you he's suffering from many diseases. And even though you see this unsightly man behind me, many of you won't do anything to help. But what if Jeffrey was your child, or mine? Actually, if he was mine, I would probably just put his stinky ass out of misery. In the Overrealm, we can't imagine what it's like to live life as such a disgusting creature. But I'm here with him, and dear God, does he need your help. For just over $100 a day, or perhaps your valuable family heirlooms, you can sponsor this child. You can mail your donations to the address below, or call the listed number for more information.
Oh good god. I remember this outro. I remember I actually tried to email I actually tried to donate to this address. I was actually one of the ones who thought the address was real.
This homely young man has dreams for the future, and with your help, his dreams can come true. Scarecrow's I seriously need some money, give it to me fund has been helping children like this for the past 15 minutes. And when you sponsor this child, you'll buy me new shoes, perhaps a car, and a hot Russian husband. Plus a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for Jeffrey every other Tuesday. If you choose to sponsor Jeffrey, we'll send you one of his dirty socks immediately. But hurry, he only has 2. He didn't have a choice. He was born into this life. Wait, didn't he murder his family? Okay, actually, he's got no one to blame but himself. But I digress. Please become a sponsor today and make this hideous abomination's life a little less atrocious. Send the money or make the call right now.
Scarecrow, are you doing the outro?
Yes, it's a good one. Like and subscribe, everybody.
I thought you were talking about people sending you money. You're not trying to scam anyone again, are you?
Oh no, I have no idea what you're talking about. Seriously, send the money.
Scarecrow? Where's his shirt?
The commercial's over, send the money.
You? No. How is this?
I can't believe I was one of the people who actually fell for this. For that false advertisement. And it wasn't even a real false advertisement.
Is even possible?
Yes, dear friend. It's me. Isn't this wonderful? Now we can finally be together again.
Wait. Lily. Did you do this to her?
You sound so upset. I don't understand. I only did what was necessary for us to...
Who's voicing that farm boy? He sounds very familiar. Like, I swear I've heard his voice before. Was he on Newsgate Pro channel? Cause he kind of sounds like Corey a bit. Like, who is that guy? Tell me who voiced the farm boy in the comments. Cause he sounds very familiar.
to be happy.
Monster! Get away from me!
Please stop yelling. I just don't understand. The horned man said...
Get back! Get out of here! You abomination! Get out of my sight!
Oh my god, I think he sounds like the guy he sounds like the YouTuber who does the Dare to Be Stupid show videos. He kind of sounds like that. You know, the one who played Billy in those Barney versus videos? He kind of sounds a bit like that. Is he voicing the farm boy?
Or I swear I'll kill you! Mom! Paul! Hurry! Wake everyone! There's a monster!
Wait, please. All I wanted was...
Get back! I swear I'll kill you!
Now, what have we here?
You! How dare you show yourself here again? You lied to me.
Tisk, tisk. I did no such thing. You simply misinterpreted my words.
You bastard. You knew. All along you knew this would happen.
That's awfully risky language to be using toward your last remaining friend.
Friend? I hate you. Why the hell would I turn to you for anything?
Because, my sweet, you've nowhere else to go. That is, unless you plan on letting that mob I hear growing burn you alive.
That's not true. I'll just move on to another town. I'll make a new life.
No, you won't. Not in this world. In this filthy realm, you will only ever be seen as a hideous monster. You will never be accepted by the humans. If you want any chance of surviving, you need to be among your own kind. I can offer you that. Protection, a home, everything you need to survive. However, in return, for all the rest of your days, you shall serve me as your master. Hurry now, love. I hear the mob approaching. Have we a deal or not?
It's funny to think that in this, he's now going kind of like a father figure, or at least pretend to be, to Scarecrow. But it's funny when you think about it in when you watch Age of Galgo, because they were a couple in Age of Galgo.
And that's how I got into this hopeless mess. I'm not at all proud of my past, but I've learned from it. And I beg that you don't hold it against me.
No.
No?
I mean, no. I can't blame you. At least not to the extent to warrant your death. What you did was undeniably wrong. And honestly, I still don't trust you at all. But given the circumstances, you shouldn't have to die for it. My late grandmother was a very strict woman. Many people regarded her as frightening. But she was very wise, and she always taught me the importance of redemption and second chances.
By your grandmother, do you mean the previous seer? If I'm not mistaken, wasn't she the one who defied the council by...
Hey, what the hell are you kids doing here? Can't you read? This part of the park is closed for renovations.
Sorry, sir. Oh, I completely forgot that was this week. We will leave right away. Come on, guys. Jeff, you too. Jeff?
I got so much anxiety when watching this scene for some reason. Because I thought Jeff was dead. I honestly thought Jeff was gonna die. Back when I first saw this. Because I have to admit, I might have been a little bit of a creepypasta fanboy when I was younger. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love Jeff the Killer and the rest of the creepypasta genre, scary or cute. But, I was a little bit more obsessed when I got into it. So, I was a little bit of a fanboy. I was just a little bit crazy back then.
Hey, Corbin, I think he's waking up.
You? Get away from me.
Fine. You got some serious BO anyways.
Corbin, what the hell is going on?
So he's finally awake. Masky was right after all. I wanted to take you to the hospital, but he said you'd be fine with some rest. You passed out from blood loss at the park. He had to carry you back to my place before we drew too much attention. And I'm no expert, but I did manage to patch you up pretty nicely if I don't say so myself.
But why is that thing here?
Don't worry about her. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go deal with that thing properly.
Jeff, stop. You're really better off saving your energy. Masky had to call your boss because of the park incident, and he's really not in a good mood.
What?
Jeff.
Nah! Oh, that's right. Slender was using hugging.
That's right. This won't do. Hoodie, you're excused. Masky, get over here.
Yes, sir.
You...
Kind of side note, but I really don't like Hoodie in this. I don't know why, but I just think his voice is so out of character. Cause the Hoodie, that just doesn't feel like Hoodie. Cause when you watch stuff like Non-Bleeding Studios and David Neal's creepypasta voices, Hoodie has that voice changer with him, so I really don't like how Hoodie's not auto-tuned in this voice, in this comic series. That's the only remaining issue I have with the series. Just Hoodie and his voice. And it's spelled with a Y at the end too. I think Hoodie's name is spelled with an IE at the end. Or at least that's how most people spell it.
Little snit.
Not another word, Jeffrey! Maskey acted exactly as he should. Just how many times must I scold you before you get it through your thick skull? When I give a direct order, you are to follow it, not do as you please. I told you to watch Corbin, but instead you left her alone and she was nearly kidnapped by Zalgo's minion. Have you any idea just how critical a blow that would have been to the Council? I have no use for a disobedient proxy.
Jeff is no proxy. He ain't no proxy.
For your continual insubordination, I have every reason to dispose of you. However, it would appear that is not necessary. As if by some miracle, your reckless actions seem to have led to a bit of progress. We now have one of Zalgo's top field agents in our custody, and Miss Corbin has taken her first step in becoming the next Seer.
What? I'm sorry, but I don't recall doing anything different.
Jeff's wound, you treated it. The last time we met, I did not have enough time to explain the full extent of the Seer's duties. While the Seer has many responsibilities in their service to the Council of Elders, healing is one of the most important. Tell me, girl, what do you suppose would happen if one of our own kind were to go to a human medical center?
Well, I've never thought of that, actually.
Disaster!
Huh?
Humans must never learn of our existence. Due to this, those of our kind who reside in the Overrealm are forbidden from entering human hospitals. That's where the Seer comes into play. When injured monsters have no means of returning to the Underrealm for medical care, they will come to you.
Wait. Have no means of returning? Do you mean that there are monsters that live here?
Oh yes, far more than you'd think actually. Heaven knows why they'd willfully stay in this dreadful place, but so long as their visas are valid, it doesn't really matter. That book your grandmother left, do you still have it?
Of course.
Excellent. Please go and fetch it. It will make understanding all of this far easier.
Okay, it'll be just a second.
Hello, friend. It is good to see you. Is everything well?
The same to you, Hoodie. Yes, Miss Corbin is very kind, and Jeff isn't as bad as he seems.
Good to hear. Though I would have happily beaten manners into him.
Thanks, but that really isn't necessary.
But as good of news as that is, you and I both know that wasn't what I was referring to. Have you had any episodes recently? Have you had any episodes recently?
For those of you who are wondering what Marky's origin is, go watch Marble Hornet. It's great.
No! That hasn't happened for a long time now. I haven't blacked out at all.
Maskey, I do not understand why you have been so resistant to accept what we have become. Nothing you do can change it, and you're only hurting yourself. Please come back to the Underrealm with me. You know you are always welcome at the Master's estate.
I told you, I'm never going back there!
Man.
If I do that, there's no going back. I get that you wanted to take the easy way out, and I don't hold anything against you for it. I'm just not ready to throw away my humanity. If I do that, there's no going back.
I see. I do not agree with your decision, but I will respect it. Though I believe you will come around soon.
Well, you're wrong.
Just take care of yourself, alright? And if you begin to suspect that it is no longer safe for Miss Corbin...
It won't come to that!
If you say so, my friend.
Found it. Is, something wrong?
No. In fact, Hoodie here was just leaving.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice meeting you. Anyways, I got the book. To be honest, I'm actually kind of scared to open it again. Last time didn't exactly go too well.
You needn't worry. The awakening is only a one-time thing.
Oh my god, don't do that!
My apologies. Just a bad habit of mine. Hoodie, please go inform the council that I'll be a bit tardy. This is rather important business.
Yes, sir.
I suppose now is as good a time as any to tell you. I believe that Fala left that book for you as sort of a contingency plan.
Pardon?
In case she was wrong. Because your mother had not yet been awakened when she had her accident, Fala assumed that the Jumping Eagle line of the Seers had ended. If that were the case, the line of succession would have fallen to the Locklear line instead. I told her that since the child had survived, the gene had simply gone dormant and would still be passed to you, but she refused to budge, almost as if she actually wanted her line to end. Thank heavens she was wrong. The Locklears haven't produced offspring for generations, and I'll be damned if he were to be the Seer again.
He?
What did I miss?
A sandwich? What the hell is wrong with you? This is serious. Even Lord Zalga warned me to be cautious of this Locklear.
What? I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in days. Besides, it's not like anyone else has met him. Who cares?
Knock it off! You two are giving me a migraine! I was speaking purely in hypotheticals, so there's no need to get worked up.
But this Locklear...
Is a very unpleasant individual whom you should never need to encounter.
But I didn't even know there were other lines of Seers. Shouldn't I at least talk to him? What if he can help me?
Trust me, girl. You don't want his kind of help. Everything has a price with him, and it's usually not pretty. Regardless, Fala left you that book, so clearly it's meant to help you on your way. That prodigal loony shouldn't even be needed.
You really think this old book will have all the answers?
There's only one way to find out.
I guess you're right. Well, here goes nothing. Nothing happened.
Man, I think episode 8 had to be my favourite in... Episode 8 had to be my favourite in the Seer, and I'll explain why once this reaction's finished. It's actually kind of sad that, you know, the Seer never continued, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Huh? A letter?
Dear Corbin, if you are reading this, my heart weeps for you. I prayed the Jumping Eagle line had ended when your mother nearly drowned, but despite my convictions, a part of me has always feared it wasn't the case. This is why I have left you this book. If you have awoken, Zalgo has most likely already had me murdered, which means you have much to learn in little time. I know this is a lot to take in, and you'll likely be very frightened, but this book will guide you along your way. Each chapter contains a lesson plan of sorts regarding your duty as the new Seer. You must master each skill before moving on to the next. Upon completion of all the lessons, I believe you'll be ready to step up and take my place. Along with this book, I have left you the key to a safety deposit box. Get the contents immediately. No doubt Zalgo is already searching for them. Trust no one, with the sole exception of the Slender Man. My suspicion was correct. Mutiny is afoot in the council. Do as he says. is my last farewell. Know that I truly do love you. I'll love you always. Grandmother Fala.
Man, I just realised something. I watched this episode right before I went to my grandma's. Wow.
Grandma?
Hey, Corbin? Is something wrong?
Don't worry, I'm just having a pity party. I wasn't expecting to hear from my grandmother again. I had finally made peace with her passing, and now it's like she's reaching out from beyond the grave.
Awesome. Jesus. I mean, I'm sorry for your loss. Not exactly good with condolences stuff. Usually I'm at the other end. Just gonna go get more food.
This is one of Jeff's best moments, I think.
That was pleasantly out of character for him.
Well, the thing is, Jeff gets kind of weird when the subject of familial death is brought up. As much as he tries to deny it, and Lord knows he does, I think he still feels guilt from his past.
What do you mean?
I won't go into much detail, as it's really not my place to tell you this, but from what I gather, Jeff lost his family when he was just a child. To be more precise, he murdered them.
He what? His own?
Yes, and quite brutally too. That's why you need to be careful, Corbin. It's probably hard for you to understand, given the very unusual circumstances in which you were introduced. But you must not forget that first and foremost, Jeff is a killer. All of us are. You have to remember that, no matter how comfortable you may become around us, you should never make the mistake of fully letting your guard down. It's in our nature to do terrible things.
Even you, Masky? Have you killed before?
We're not talking about me right now. I was simply making sure you understood. Besides, we haven't got time to chit-chat. Don't you need to do something with that key?
Yeah, right. I have a sinking feeling that this key is going to lead to a lot more trouble.
Right, well that was it for part 2 of the Seer reaction, and there will be more episodes of Nostalgia Reaction. And like I said earlier, episode 8 is my favourite in the Seer, because it explains some of the things that we've all been wondering when the Seer came out. And my favourite part of episode 8 is what Marky said at the end to Corbin when he's warning her not to let her guard down. In fact, I love it so much I screenshotted it on my iPad. Because it shows that Marky is self-aware that what he's doing is terrible. And even now it's a great quote, because it doesn't try to glorify murder. It's almost as if Marky is talking to the fangirls, but in a less offensive and less mocking kind of way, like most creepypasta voices do. And as a kid, when I first watched this, to me that meant that any one of the proxies could turn against Corbin at any moment. And now, when I think about it, I think it would have made sense if Jeff had turned against Corbin, since he's always so rebellious against Slenderman, and it would make a lot of sense if he turned to Zolgo and turned against Slenderman, since he had served Zolgo before in past versions of creepypasta, and it's just such a shame that the Seer stopped continuing, because what Jeff said at the end is kind of my favourite line from the Seer, because it shows real character development from the show. and I really hope that the Seer comes back, and if it does, I hope Jeff gets as much character development. If the show ever comes back in reboot form or continuation from episode 8, I really, really hope Jeff gets some character development. It is awesome, and he's kind of one of my favourite characters in the Seer. And it's kind of a shame that we never got to see Laughing Jack or Ben drowned. But hey, at least we got fanfiction to do that for us. Go read Faded Jeff X Corbin now, a great fanfiction. Right, that's all for now. I will see you in the next video. There will be more nostalgia reactions from me every week or every other week. I'm FleuTV, remember, you don't have to.